This is Lund, a small but very historic university city in the south of Sweden. It's really easy to reach by train from Copenhagen or Malmo, and because it's rather small, it makes for a perfect day trip. In this video, I'm going to show you the best bits, including the epic cathedral, a cool outdoor museum, and a whole bunch of skulls. Let's go! Before visiting any of the main sites, it's worth having a short stroll around the Old Town with its charming narrow streets. It has plenty of shops, cafes and restaurants, and is compact and very walkable. The main attraction of Lund is its epic cathedral. Built in the 11th and 12th centuries, it is one of the finest examples of Romanesque architecture in the Nordic countries. The building stands apart from other buildings, making it easy to walk around and admire. The west front has two sweeping towers framing the main portal leading to the interior. The interior is especially impressive with its heavy Romanesque piers giving a feeling of structural strength, and they carry the splendid vaulted ceiling. One interesting feature in the cathedral is the 15th century astronomical clock. This has a moving display which is active twice a day. Unfortunately, I was there at the wrong time of day, so I missed it, but I've heard it's quite charming, so let me know in the comments below what it's like if you have seen it. At the far end, the choir is raised up above the nave, and from here you get great views back across the building. The apse has an impressive mosaic ceiling, as well as interesting carved choir stalls. Below this is the mysterious crypt. This wonderful space is full of monuments and tombs, so make sure you take the time to walk down and explore it. More or less next door to the cathedral is the Historic University. Founded in 1666, it is the second oldest in Sweden and also one of the largest, with over 40,000 students and over 2,000 courses. It is spread throughout the city, but its principal buildings are all near the cathedral, and many of them are large and impressive, making it a very pleasant place to walk around even when it's bitterly cold. Most of the university is for students only. However, there is the interesting Lund University Historical Museum, which is located just behind the cathedral. This small museum is most definitely worth a visit, as it contains some very cool items, quite a surprising amount considering its small size. On the ground floor is an exhibition about the history of the university. Then on the first floor you will find fascinating archaeological artifacts, many of which are from a local Stone Age site. This includes a vast collection of tools as well as two burial pits. One room contains yet another skeleton as well as many stunning looking treasures. There are screens with relevant info in Swedish and English, giving a good overview of the various items and the historic culture they come from. The museum also has a large medieval collection, including a vast array of carved religious objects and even more grisly skulls that seem to stare back when you look at them. The very top floor has a small collection of plaster casts of famous ancient statues, as well as a small display of the usual ancient jars and trinkets you would expect in a museum like this. A few minutes walk from the cathedral is perhaps the most unique attraction in Lund, the Kulturen. This is a mostly outdoor museum that is quite big and quite varied, and you will need a few hours to explore it. You start off in a large museum building where you can discover a hoard of medieval artifacts, including a few more skulls as well as coins, swords and other interesting items. The upper floors contain more modern items, including a great collection of modernist paintings. This part is easily missed, so I recommend taking a lift to the top floor and then working your way down. When you are finished with the main museum, then it's time to head outside to the main attraction, which is the outdoor museum. Here you will find a large variety of very old buildings, most of which are historic wooden structures that were transplanted from their original locations and then reconstructed. Almost all are open and can be entered. Many have very low ceilings, so mind your head. All of them contain furniture and other objects to help bring them to life and to give an idea of what they would have been like to live in back in the day. Some other highlights in the open air museum is this lovely wooden chapel. Inside you can see the interesting altar as well as other objects, and the ceiling has still got old frescoes on it. As well as old wooden buildings, there are also some slightly newer ones, such as this one which represents how the wealthier citizens lived. Inside is a large collection of porcelain. Another large building is this reconstructed timber frame building. Inside you can find examples of traditional rooms and furniture. In fact, there's so much stuff in here it's really hard to take it all in. Also in the same building there is a large exhibition of costumes, some of which are amazing, like this old bridal dress. Overall, Kulturen is a must-see place. If being outdoor is your thing, then Lund also has an extensive botanical gardens. I didn't look around too much as it was really freezing cold and everything looked a little bleak and dead, but I suspect these gardens would be a great place to visit in the summer when all the plants are in bloom, hence I'm mentioning it. Right, that's it for Lund. Thanks for watching, have a great week and cheerio!